Ritual drinking and giving. Among the most important rituals associated with the mead hall, ritual drinking had a great significance to the Anglo-Saxons. Hosted by a lord or a king, an organized banquet would be prepared for guests or favored retainers. Women played a ceremonial role at the banquet, carrying the ceremonial drinking vessel to the king and cats of his guests in the hall. There was usually one cup, which everyone shared, making speechless, boasting, or oral resumes, and giving them often went in hand with this ritual. The lord or king would often bestow gifts and praise upon his valiant warriors through a very ritualistic reward system. Young men, those yet untried in battle, would receive weapons as gifts, which they would then be expected to use in defense of the gift giver. These kinds of rituals help to maintain hierarchy and allegiance in Anglo-Saxon society. How Christianity came into Britain. The decisive shift to Christianity occurred in 1655 when King Penda was slain in the Battle of Winwade in Mercia, became officially Christian for the first time. The death of Penda also allowed Cynwulf of Wessex to return from exile and return Wessex, another powerful kingdom, to Christianity. After 655, only Sussex and the Isle of Wight remained openly pagan, although Wessex and Essex with leather-crowned pagan kings in 686 Arwald, the last openly pagan king, was slain in battle, and from this point on, all Anglo-Saxon kings were at least nominally Christian, although there is some confusion about the religion of Cadwalla, who ruled Wessex until 688. How Christianity changed the religious practices of Anglo-Saxon Britain. Bertha had restored a church from Roman times to the east of Canterbury and dedicated it to Saint Martin of Tours, the patronal saint for the Merovingian royal family. Ethelbert himself, though a pagan, allowed his wife to worship God her own way, probably under influence of his wife. Ethelbert asked Pope Gregory I to send missionaries, and in 596 the Pope dispatched Augustine together with a party of monks. How the Norman invasion changed the Christian practices of Anglo-Saxon Britain. The impact of the conquest of the lower levels of English society is difficult to assess. The major change was the elimination of slavery in England, which had disappeared by the middle of the 12th century. There were about 28,000 slaves listed in Doomsday Book in 1086, fewer than had been enumerated for 1066. In some places, such as Essex, the decline in slaves was 20% for the 20 years. The main reasons for the decline in slaveholding appear to have been the disapproval of the church and had the cost of supporting slaves, who, unlike serfs, had to be maintained entirely by their owners. The practice of slavery was not outlawed, and the Leges Henrici Primi from the reign of King Henry I continued to mention slaveholding as illegal. Which Anglo-Saxon religious practices are still part of modern Christian traditions? The pagan Anglo-Saxons followed a calendar with 12 lunar months, with the occasional year having 13 months so that the lunar and solar alignment could be corrected. Bede claimed that the greatest pagan festival was Modar Night, meaning Mother's Night, which was situated at the winter solstice, which marks the start of the Anglo-Saxon year. ritual drinking and get